From the television studios of Elon University, my name is Robert Woner, and welcome to this one-on-one webcast. Here in America, we love diversity. Diversity of music, peoples, and food, and sports. That doesn't mean that all sports, though, are created equal. We're here to discuss which sports are kind of overrated, which are underrated, and which are just right. Joining me is Christine Williams and Brett Batch Elder. Brett, we're going to start with you. Think about the World Cup. Is it overrated or underrated?
I would say it's underrated. There's patriotism in the World Cup. We all love the United States. That's why we all get decorated for the World Cup, and that's the same for every other country. We have a chance to beat other countries at their best sport, and it's our 8th favorite sport.
I need to stop you right there, Brett. You're basically saying that you love the World Cup just for a meaningless excuse to feel false patriotism. Is that what you're arguing?
It's not false at all. I love my country.
So every time, beat Ghana, beat Slovenia, yeah, so what now? Come on, Christine, what do you have to say?
It's a great event. Who doesn't love the World Cup? Obviously you. But, I mean, who else doesn't love the World Cup? We beat Algeria. That was the best moment I've ever seen. I almost cried in the last, 2 minutes after an intense 90-minute game. And there we go, Landon Donovan sliding across the grass. It was great.
That was good. That was good,
great.
Christine. So what you're saying is, in the history of great American conquest on other sports, there was Great Britain. There was, we won, we defeated Nazism, and now we defeated the Algerians and the Slovenians.
We trampled
Incredible.
them. We trampled them at their best sport.
Don't you see how false that is? There's so many things that went into the World Cup that were so annoying.
But we're not even supposed to be good at soccer, and we still won.
Yeah, but
we still won. It was great.
If anything, we're the
moment.
United States of America. If we're not winning, we shouldn't be into it. We don't get into sports that we don't like. Speaking of countries, let's transition to something that I know you're passionate about. Let's talk about the Olympics, where we get this false sense of patriotism.
It's not false at all.
How can you get patriotic in curling, Christine? Why don't you explain it to us?
Oh my gosh. The Olympics are the best event ever. For 2 weeks, every 4 years, depending on winter or summer, you get the best athletes in the world coming together, competing on the biggest stage ever, and you see the opening ceremonies, and it's fantastic. Curling is great. Did you see those pants by the Swiss? That was fantastic. How could you not love curling?
No.
Brett, respond,
No.
please. Thank you.
There's too many sports in the Olympics, winter and summer, that
not
need
enough.
to just go by the wayside. Thank God we're getting rid of softball.
Softball.
We don't need that.
Softball
We're just going to
is
win
the greatest
again.
sport. But you're
And
putting in
also,
golf?
Yes, golf.
Guys in khakis just walking
Yes,
around. We
golf.
need that, but we don't need
There's
Jenny
parity
Finch.
in golf now. In softball, we just run away with it every year. And also, the
We
best
didn't.
athletes, I would rather see LeBron James try to run a marathon than I would whoever we have.
Yeah, and the problem with the Olympics to me is it's not as if these are athletes that just so happen to be good. If you took a 4-year-old child, stole it from its mother, and said, you are going to be a world champion figure skater, and so you're going to put that child under slave conditions all of its life, that is incredible. And that's the only reason it can do a triple axel. So I don't even think the best athlete argument works for me. And again, it just ruins economies. But we got to move on. We got to move on. Okay, now, this is an event that I'm very passionate about. As an academic, like you know, it's the script spelling bee. The spelling bee to me is one of those examples where kids are going beyond themselves, tackling and passionate about something, and you're in front of national television saying words that are 5 syllables long. I think that's pretty incredible. Brett, you disagree?
B-O-R-I-N-G. It's boring. It's an intellectual contest. There's no athleticism at all.
While there's no athleticism, it is great. Those kids in the big glasses up there just writing in the air, writing on the cards. Can I have the definition, please? It's fantastic. Those little kids are so cute.
That's exactly the point. You have people writing in the air, writing on their hands. And what I really love are the storylines involved with spelling bee. You've always got the homeschooled kids that have never been out of Lancaster County their entire life, but now they get to go to the big city and prove themselves. You get the random Indian kid that always ends up winning. Although it's their second language. I love that
And
about
they start
the spelling
crying
bee.
when they get one wrong. It's great.
Of course.
So
when you
cute.
dedicate yourself that much and you're 12 years old, I think that's a really special topic, Brett. I mean, you did spell born correct, though. Props to you. That's just the quality of people and talent we have here on 101 Sports. So, moving on. Let's talk about Thanksgiving football.
All right.
You're not a fan. Tell me about it.
Until they change the schedule, I'm not a fan. There's a reason we all take naps after we eat on Thanksgiving. It's because there's boring football. When in the last 5, 8 years have you wanted to watch the Lions play a football game? And now this year, you've got the Cowboys and Wade and the boys are going to go put us to sleep again.
Well, it's great football. I mean, it's okay, so it's not fantastic, but after you've eaten your meal, it is nice to just go sit and watch football the rest of the night. You've got nothing else to do, so why not just watch a game, even if it does put you to sleep?
Yeah, I'm with Christine on this one. To me, I think it's one of the more special parts of Thanksgiving. It's all about pro-American. You were talking about patriotism.
Whoa.
What's more patriotism than the National Football League? You're celebrating, and I think you made a great point. I think we need to make a matchup, the Cowboys or the Patriots versus the Redskins. It's all about the history. Okay, we're gonna move on. We're gonna speed this up a little bit. Let's talk about poker on TV. To me, what could be better? It's one of those things that you can be addicted to. You're talking about big money. You're talking about people, amateurs versus pros. It's cross-cultural, which I like. And poker, you include the luck element with the skill versus intimidation. It's all in the mind. It's a mind game, Brett. Can you handle it?
I'm not into poker. For one, their announcers are the most annoying, nerdy guys I've ever listened to in my life. And two, gambling's illegal in North Carolina. So what am I going to do? I'm going to go online. Wow. I can do the
Brett,
same thing.
cursing is illegal in North Carolina, too. Read the books, man. This is just not a progressive state. Christine, are you for poker or no?
I am as far against it as you can possibly get. It should not be on ESPN, number one. Number two, poker is for guys to sit around in their garage with a bunch of friends on a Saturday night with a six-pack. They don't need to be on TV, televised, wearing big sunglasses and hats. Those are just guys that can't get jobs. They don't have any other life.
That's an interesting point, because to me, it's everything you described except the friends. So it's just me and the six-pack, which is very obsessive. But I've got my laptop, so I'm playing Poker Stars. I'm watching the whole series of poker. It's a really cool experience. Now, sentimental choice for me. It's all about the Little League World Series. Imagine 12-year-old Robert. He wanted to be in Williamsport. He wanted to be playing for the love of the game. That's what it's about. How can anyone make an argument against a Little League World Series every summer?
All you have are these kids that are oversized, except for the one little runt in the bunch that whose dad is coaching the team. All you're looking for is that 75-mile-an-hour fastball. That's the only thing interesting.
Well, you don't love kids, and that's a problem. You don't love baseball. You don't love our kids playing for the love of the game without performance-enhancing drugs. But that's all the time we have for today. Christine, just keep watching those Olympics. Just wait for those Olympics.
Okay.
Just wait for those Olympics. Thanks for watching this one-on-one webcast. Check out the other blocks that we have for this week. And like always, the question remains, whose side are you on?